We go. Game 2. Viking 1-0 up against Liquid. Aramis Shadow Demon going to be heading up towards top. We've got the Boom Shadow Fiend in that mid lane. Shad set the bounty on Centaur War Runner. 5 minutes to complete it. Oh, go get him. Dragon Knight bottom for Shad. Celery Venge. And Toby, Nature's Prophet, going to send out some Treants. Get that second round from the fountain. Keep your mana regen all topped up. Aramis has the new pings. You know, he got the battle pass early. He knows what's up. He's pinging out with the smiley faces already.
There's some very, very nice new features added to Battle Pass. Didn't even have time to read all of it. There's too much text.
To battle.
We'll just leave it for tomorrow.
Same. I was too busy trying to figure out how to get into lobbies and work out what our schedule was for today. Luckily, we did get ourselves into this series. Boxy Centaur top with Insania Grimstroke, already scouted by the Radiant Observer Ward, as Koikva mid lone druid, and down bottom, the Mickey Monkey King with Tiger Rubik. Nobody contesting bottom bounty runes from the Radiant. And it's really just the Shadow Demon top as the lane swaps are coming. Venge and DK shifting up there, so it looks like Troy laning the Dragon Knight and leaving Nature's Prophet to solo down south.
They did that in the previous game. Toby, man, he was struggling first couple of minutes.
Nature's Prophet much easier to solo lane than the Necro, it feels like, though, especially the first 2 or 3 levels.
Yeah, also if you die, TP back to your lane, die again, you can TP with teleportation, which is pretty damn nice.
Sure is. So Boom, starting items, Mangoes, Tangos. A lot of regen there for the Shadow Fiend as he wants Wraithband into bottle.
And here come Aramis. They do not want to repeat the same mistake they did in the game number 1, where Mickey had extremely good time free farm in the bottom lane. So Mickey right now TPs to the top lane. They want to have this matchup, Dragon Knight against Monkey King, or I mean Monkey against Dragon Knight, to phrase it better. Where he's just playing against a melee hero, a lot of kill potential, Stroke of Fate, Inkswell once they get to level 2.
DK absolutely does not want to be up here. It's Boundless Strike level 1 from Mickey though, so no Jingu. Seems like Shad and Celery will stick up here for a little while longer. As Aramis starting to stack up the poison, but there is the rotation now, realizing that Monkey King has cracked level 2 and you don't want that matchup any longer. So the lane swaps, you know, it's going to favour Viking as they TP second, and they have the Prophet to be able to TP around as well, giving you that additional little ability to swap your lanes around. Mid lane, Koikva doing very well, 8-3. Shadow Fiend going to bring out another round of mana regen with Mango Clarity, still kind of eyeing up that bottle a little bit later on, but they've got a stun on bottom lane. Aramis pops a Fairy Fire, tries to cut himself through the trees, but the final touch from Tiger, even with 5 stacks of poison on him, still going to get first blood.
I came here to be tested.
They already have 2 magic sticks in this lane. They came prepared. Sage Mask on position for Rubik. Man, that's the best item in the game. Early on, you can get on your position 4 or 5 one mana regen per second on top of your natural regen.
I still can't believe it is so cheap. You don't even need to finish off like Ring of Bassi or anything. It's just like Sage's Mask. There you go. Early item. Top. Toby pressuring Insania back, but Mickey still pretty much free farming here. Not too bothered about the Prophet's pressure.
Just brought in Orb of Venoms, so much more kill potential. Vengeful Spirit is one of the better heroes that can pull the lane if things are not like going well. You can always stack. He's in trouble.
Yeah, 2-man hit there with the Inkswell. And Celery just getting pounded even under that tier 1 tower. They do swing back into a bit of damage onto Mickey with the Blightstone and the tower damage, but he's aggro swapped away, and Toby, he's in a bit of a risky situation now. Monkey King's going to leap over the treetops with the help of Insania. They get the double for Mickey.
Those early magic wand or magic stick pickups really paying off. Mickey's Flask will be cancelled, but if we go back to bench talk, she can always do this. Pull the lane, stack this whole area with Wave of Terror and a right click. So Shad is getting a lot of space on the bottom lane, on top of CIS, full actual creep wave and a half pushing into his tower, which means a lot of solo levels. I don't think you kill him, and at one point you're just gonna stop. You don't want to have Monkey King against him anymore. He becomes too tanky.
And look, he's already got double bracer up. Shad is like level 4 unkillable. I think you're right with Vengeful Spirit stacking camps, especially when you've got a Shadow Fiend on your team. Build up bank very quickly. There's a glyph from the Dire team. I think that was just for the mid wave as Koikva kind of holds the Shadow Fiend in place as he tries to get one more last hit out there. A lot of damage onto Boom. Forcing out that salve. Limited on the mana now, the SF as well. A free lane for Koikva. Almost has his phase boots up on the bear as Bounty Rune's bottom. It's going to be a quick telekinesis. Shad still looking for the jump on Tiger with 5 stacks of poison. Ooh, he gets himself Magic Stick and Fairy Fire, look like.
Radiant's middle tower
Keeps
is
himself
under
topped
attack.
up.
No points in Dragon Tail stun. Means no follow-up. Dire Scan connects. Koikwa right now just trying to find Shadowfiend. If there are any stacks right now. Earlier phase boots build. Just wants to have extra move speed, extra damage to pressure the Shadowfiend.
Great start for Liquid. 3 kills to the good. Slight net worth lead. The main thing here, though, is that top lane Monkey King, again with a 2-hero hit with the Inkswell. Silencing up Toby, getting the Jingu stack to the Boundless Strike, but Toby's under his tower. A good sentry ward there, going to allow Insania to de-ward.
Toby tried to deny it, but Insania, we all know how much attack speed Grimstroke has. No, we don't. 1.36 per second.
Barely gets that disruption off, but still taken down by Tiger. The long-range right-click. Somehow finding the Shadow Demon behind the tree line. This is going to be a real nice time for the Centaur. He's only got 19 CS, 20 CS, but he'll start to pick up the pace now, and Boxy's Blink Dagger should come reasonably quickly. Shadow Fiend kind of forced away from that mid lane, completely out of mana, needs to refill his bottle. Returns in with a nice little creep wave there, with ranged creeps available for him to raise down. What do you expect from SF this game, by the way?
What do I expect? I see that he is building power treads, which means that he's not gonna go for Yule Scepter build, I believe. Just power treads, drums, into BKB. They could use another frontliner, even though they have 2 saves. But now that you picked up Faded Brooch, you might be thinking, you know, I'm getting extra move speed from this, extra move speed from my Boots of Travel, extra move speed from Yule Scepter. It's pretty tempting.
And he's just cleared out some 2 very nice stacks there, thanks to Celery's Venge. You know, you pointed that out early on.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He does buy up the Gloves of Haste, and there, yeah, he does finish off the treads. BKB queued up straight out of that. No drums, no messing around with, Dragon Lance or anything like that. No Yule's Blink build. It is going to be that Shadow Fiend going for a very early tanky time. As Shad's Blink Dagger also queued up here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What's coming out for Toby? He finishes off his own treads and gets a poor man's shield delivered. So it seems like Viking definitely aiming to fight very early on.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
As they'll know, Team Liquid, they want that Echo Saber on Monkey, Blink on Centaur, and they are pretty much ready to just go and begin fights. As soon as Insania hits level 6, they've got decent ways of initiating.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, for Liquid,
Soulbind Telekinesis.
It's a completely different game in terms of timings. Your mid laner can fight all the time. Oh, double damage on that Spirit Bear. Boom,
The
he's
Stampede
done.
as well. Not quite finished off though, barely. He had a Fairy Fire, which he popped early on, and that's actually kept him alive. While they turn onto Grimstroke, Shad doesn't have Dragon Tail yet, so no bonus kills as Tiger escapes. It was a good little maneuver there from Liquid into the jungle, hunting the Shadow Fiend. But the reaction from Viking, Nature's Prophet TP's in, saves him, and gets the SF out of danger. No deaths, but also no kills or assists for Boom. The 000 scoreline with 69 last hits. Very nice.
Nice. Dragonite with the Galaxy Brain play. Not getting a point in Dragon Tail, so once Rubik hits level 6, he can't steal it.
Oh, Galaxy Brain. Shad, Ironwood Tree. Thought that was Koik for a second. Koik actually with no neutral items just yet. Mask of Madness only a couple of 100 gold away. As Liquid come down bottom, looking for that outpost. They've got control of the northern one. Shadow Demon and Venge going to zone them away as Boxy really focusing singly on that tier 1 tower. Well, Boom has unqueued the BKB, it looks like.
Unqueued, okay.
DQ'd? Unqueued? Counter-queued?
Now it's back. BKB is back on the menu, boys.
There we go.
Just decided to buy an extra wind lace. He was thinking about getting drums, I guess, and some extra movement speed on top of Faded Brooch. Always feels nice. We've seen Iceberg Shadow Fiend, who actually kept Faded Brooch when there were some tier 3 items available.
Yeah, it was like 35 minutes in, he's still got Faded Brooch going. So
but he's the type of a guy that builds Blink, Yule Scepter, E-Blade.
He's one of those people. Liquid now with Observer Wards in the Radiant Jungle, see everything the Viking are doing, and that tier 1 bottom crumbling quickly means that they do open the map for them to play down south. But Mickey's not really too bothered. Like, there hasn't been that transition from Viking top lane, so Monkey hasn't been pressured, which allows Koik for them to farm deeper in the jungle. And they don't have to do all these lane shifts. So I think Liquid pretty comfortable with the way that everything is going so far. But again, it's just one of those games where Viking are really kind of just waiting for those single items to come up across 2 or 3 heroes. And then they're going to group up as 5 and just continually run at their opponents.
They were deciding like what items Shadow Fiend goes for. Bottom lane, Shadow Demon be in. He's extremely tanky. 22 armor at the moment. Ton of damage from the talent coming out from his ulti. Also Mech building glass for his team. And I also like the build on Shadow Fiend this game. BKB gets Crystallis. Like some cheap, cost-efficient damage. I saw Hurricane Pike. I don't think that's the item that you want to go for. And he has one of the better tier 2 items he can get for himself in this situation. Growbow. Attack range, attack speed, and reducing magical damage when he hits. So here's raises. It's not just one raise, it's 3 raises that gets amplified. If you can land them, of course.
I'm sure he can. He is Boom. All capital letters. You know he's going to be landing his raises. Mickey wanting a BKB. 2200 gold saved up. Clearing out that bottom lane. That's going to be a pretty good timing for the Dragon Knight, though. Blink BKB. And Viking ready to fight. In about 30 seconds.
Dragon Knight did not go for Breathe Fire damage reduction. With that, you get 50% damage reduction with Breathe Fire. And extra 2 mana regen is not that great. You also have a Royal Jelly, which is kind of the same. So you could try to go.
Oh my god, Boxy, no! That Dragon Tail timing with the Soul Catcher damage you're talking about, huge. Boxy, you know, they both smoke into each other, Liquid and Viking. Boxy spots them out, he blinks, but at the same time Shad stuns him. So he couldn't get the stomp off, and the follow-through from Liquid just wasn't available. They'll Inkswell the Bear and buy back Boxy. They still want to fight around this Roshan pit, as Boom doing a lot of damage to Koikva's Bear and takes it out. The Soulbind there with a 2-man lift, but Liquid running out of options, Grimstroke falling. Probably going to be forced to buy back now as they've jumped in with Boxy yet again. Immediately Dragon Tail stunned, Soul Catcher and blown up the dieback of Boxy. Viking fighting incredibly well. Grimstroke. He's going to come back in as Koikva swap back into the midst of Viking now. TP forward from Toby, very aggressive, going straight forward. That ink swell from Insania though. Disrupting up the Prophet, swap back the Bear, that's the resummon that's about to fall. They do take down Toby, Nature's Prophet is a goner, and the swap's stolen by Tiger. Let's see what can he do with it. Can he swap the Bear? Yeah, get him out of danger. Get him out of there. The Bear somehow barely surviving.
They're taking such a good care of the Bear. The way this fight started, Toby with the Sprout and Nature's Call cuts down the trees where Monkey was standing, so he gets stunned for 4 seconds.
And Boxy's had a real rough time initiating into these fights. Dragon Tail stun just too quick off the mark. Savage Roar from Koikva pushing the DK back as they do move Celery forward, but they're going to focus down the Spirit Bear. Oh, with a Demonic Purge, pinging it out, kill off that bloody bear.
So no Bear for another minute. With the Aegis, they're still far bound through and standing, but right now you want to keep playing aggressive. Oh, he found him, man. He found him with the Sprout.
Quelling Blade's a little bit further out, but the Dragon Tail continues that chain stun. Beautiful find by Toby, and the bounty claimed by Aramis. Killing off Mickey and securing a nice little kill.
One of the reasons why Dragonite is such a powerful hero in this patch is you build naturally into Heaven's Halberd. That's the sickest item in the game besides Spirit Vessel. And then it amplifies your region, you have more damage, you have evasion, and most importantly, you have Disarm against Lone Druid, against Monkey King, who don't have BKBs yet. Like, Lone Druid is not gonna buy an earlier BKB on the Spirit Bear for sure.
Liquid still fighting tooth and nail. 10 seconds for Monkey as their tier 3 mid gone. Boom focusing down the ranged barracks here. Still has a catapult. Don't know if they can finish off the melee. It's a little bit risky. He's got BKB Aegis and he pops it, turns to fight Boxy, who has to sprint out with a Stampede. And that will be the melee denied by Tiger.
Middle barracks has fallen.
I believe it's gone at 26 minutes though.
Never mind, it's just, you know, I'm that good, I'm gonna deny Raxes.
The seeds of fortune.
So timing of Viking, man, they're once again staying one step ahead. And I gotta say, it's one of the hottest teams to watch out right now. The way they're executing team fights, everyone knows in the team what needs to be done. Look at how godly they're using multiple layers of save. They actually have 3 saves, maybe 4 if you use Disruption and then 2 Nether swaps. Another Disruption is gonna be ready.
Maybe now with Ether Lens on Grimstroke, they can start these fights a little better. And it just comes down to this Boxy initiation. If he's able to get on top of some of these heroes, Liquid, they do have the damage to bring them down between Monkey King and Lone Druid. They just don't seem to have the staying power in these more extended team fights where, you know, Dragon Knight, sort of tanky and healing up. They've got the Nature's Prophet TPing in and out of fights with Mech, Vlad's Medallion. And Shadow Fiend just pops a BKB, holds onto Aegis for another 2 minutes. He's perfectly fine to stand his ground.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Vikings' plan is we try to take out one of the supports, and if Spirit Bear comes close, we just focus him. They have enough damage. Presence Aura affects buildings. Oh, he's also level 18 on Shadow Fiend. Where's the swap?
Well, they try and jump the SF, but they get turned on immediately. Prophet TPing into the backlines. They're stunning up the Lone Druid Bear now as Mickey's Wukong's command, pretty much counteracted by the Requiem and the BKBs of Viking. But now they're all down. Viking have got to think about how they want to re-enter this fight. Dragon Tail stun from Tiger. Shadow Demon getting caught. He still has the self-disruption, but the Savage Roar and the Inkswell annihilating him with the bear damage, which does get picked off but resummoned immediately. Mickey swapped into the midst of it all and dead for a minute with no buyback. Viking clearing through Tiger with a 700 crit hits from Shadow Fiend. Insania on the run back out, but Dragon Tail stun there connecting. Shad with a double kill, and Koikva pretty much left to his own devices. The Sprout doesn't quite save Celery. But Viking looking...
With the Grobo and Vengeance Aura, he's like budget sniper with the range.
And he is hitting real hard right now. 300 odd damage.
That Dragon Scale, man, Overtime damage.
Dire's
And also,
bottom tower
they still
has
have
fallen.
Aegis for the next 40 seconds. I
Dire's
believe
bottom
that
barracks
second
are
set
under
of Raxes
attack.
just focused the melee ones.
There is
Dire's
another
bottom
full lane.
barracks has fallen.
15 to 11. Kill score
Has
looks pretty
fallen.
close, but an 11,000 lead for Viking now. Aegis expiring in 25 seconds. Shadow Fiend, yeah, grab those spider legs for one of your teammates. Liquid running out of options.
Venge had an extremely good game with some aggressive swaps or with the defensive ones. Like you see Mickey, he goes in, even with BKB, he swaps him in closer to Shadowfin. Shadowfin just right clicks him down.
Invisibility.
Now a Hyperstone for Boom going into Assault Cuirass. Vengeful Spirit with the Shadow Demon coming to back up Boom, and Shad is Invis, baiting the Bounty Rune. Stuns up the Lone Druid Bear. There's a resummon in 15 seconds. Koifa wants to keep this one alive though as Mickey again. Wukongs and BKB, they soulbind Shad, but he's got a BKB as they swap Mickey in. Beautiful Celery gets the jump onto the Monkey King, and Shadowfiend's right-click damage with a jump forward. They disrupt a secondary target in the back. So the stun catching Monkey King, and Koifa, he's been isolated. They focus down the bear with a Soul Catcher, and that's gone. Koifa does have a resummon. Inkswell to try and get him a bit of distance from Viking. As that telekinesis buys time for Liquid to disengage, but they are still 5 heroes strong here as Viking. And Monkey dead for 45 seconds leaves Insania all alone, sprinting away from danger, but he's been caught up too. The relay race much better from Viking.
They might just try to go top and end the game. Nature's Prophet will TP. They have catapults
Dire
approaching.
are scanning.
Man, I'm really impressed the way Viking is playing right now. These aggressive swaps.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Also, they don't care too much about Bear. They have Disarm on Dragonite, who also hit level 18. So that's gonna
Dire's
be
top tower
a
has
blue-eyed
fallen.
dragon.
Monkey King,
Dire's top tower is
he's
under
alive
attack.
now. But the onslaught continues. High ground
Dire's
broken once
top
more by
tower has
Viking.
fallen.
Tier 3 gone. 31 minutes in. They've got a firm grasp on this game. And Liquid really are still relying on that perfect initiation. And you mentioned it in the draft, the two supports from Viking. You called out their aggressive potential from Swap and Disruption. There just has never been an opportunity here to kill DK, who's too tanky with BKB Halberd. No way to kill Shadow Fiend, who's got BKB Assault Cuirass and then swaps and disruptions behind him. It's just been perfect itemization from Viking. But maybe now, Liquid can get a catch. Soulbind there. Boxy blown up. Holy shit, he's just gone. Obliterated, and he does buy back. Tiger being focused inside the Sprout. And Shadow Fiend's damage, it is relentless. As Toby survives inside the Wukong's command, Mickey forced to retreat and bail away. The Lone Druid loses his bear, and there's no resummon there. 20 seconds without it, and they've got a Disruption Centaur stomp, Koiva soul captured and stunned into oblivion. That is surely going to be it. There is no way out for Liquid now. They're diving behind the barracks. Stomp onto Toby. He's TP'd maybe a step too far as the BKB Mickey Monkey turns and focuses. And he's got Inkswell onto the Venge, but these targets are just so tanky. They don't have the sustained damage to actually stand up against them. Even with a 3-man stomp here, Boxy jumps in with a great initiation, but the follow-through is lacking. They turn, they swipe, they slay, Centaur down, and the tier 4s are open.
And that's it. You can just end the game. You can even get mega creeps on top of that. You can do whatever you want right now because this game is completely over, Gary.
Yeah, 2-0 victory. Viking looking very good here as Team Liquid having a few struggles in their draft and their execution. A pretty decisive victory to round out our day 2 here for the European and CIS group stage for ESL One Birmingham. It's not even 1 AM.